Hey everybody, this is Glenn Tompkins on our VectorVest YouTube channel. Glad that you can stop by and take a look. Today I'm going to take a look at a stock that does a lot of information crunching and uses that, sells it, so that you as an individual company can take that data and use it how you need to use it. It really starts to break down how many man hours are needed to get to this useful information. If this is something that's important to you, you sit right there. All right, everybody, thank you for checking in on our YouTube channel. If you support the channel, thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you've just come across this and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we invite you to click that subscribe button. Also, share this information out on your social circles, share it out to them as well. And of course, hit the like button. All right, the stock that we're going to talk about today is Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. The stock is a relatively new stock to the market. I like what it has to do. The stock takes data. It gathers a whole bunch of data from all over the place. It crunches the data so that it's usable data for what you're looking for. Look at it from this perspective. I am trying to do data on stocks, and I go to this place, that place, all over the place to grab the data, and then I get it, and then I still have to make it usable. What Palantir does is that they do all of the footwork to get all of the data from all over the place, and they present you with the pertinent data that you need to use. All right, let's go take a little bit deeper look. Here's their website. As I scroll down, it is Power Real-Time Decisions. Institutions have the data that they need to make the best decisions for safety, stability, and prosperity. But too often, their data is fragmented and locked in silos. The people on the front lines are our most important problems, don't have the information they need when they need it most. And this is where Palantir comes in. At Palantir, we build software that lets organizations integrate their data, their decisions, and their operations into one platform. So they grab all of this data, they put it here, and their software, our software, empowers entire organizations to answer complex questions quickly by bringing the right data to the people who need it. And just from that mission statement of what they do, it sounds like it's a great product. So let's go look at the different products they have. They have something called Gotham, and Gotham looks at start with data from multiple sources, fuse the data into human-centric model, tag, secure, track all the data, and then bring all the data to life for human-driven analysis. All right, that's the Gotham package. Let's go look at the Foundry package. Here, under the hood, Palantir Foundry is backed by a suite of best-in-class capabilities for data integration that run on data and business logic in tandem. All right, just a little bit about that. And the last product is Apollo. Palantir Apollo is a continuous delivery software that powers our SaaS platforms, Foundry and Gotham, into a public cloud and beyond. So they can grab the data, they can put it onto a platform, and then send it up to the cloud. I think that this is innovation, the epitome of innovation from a data standpoint. All right, so that's what the company does, but something about the stock going down today. Today is the 17th. This was put out today. Palantir stock alert. Palantir CEO brash comments push shares lower. Why? He's one of the only companies that stepped up and said to the Wall Street bets people, to the Reddit people who drive stocks prices. What is he saying right here? We're in this for the long haul. If you're speculating or you're thinking about this short term, there are plenty of other stocks to invest in. If you want something else, it's a huge world. Buy some other stock. You don't have to buy Palantir. No one is forcing you. Very interesting, starting to push the stock's price down today. So from that, stepping out there to do and give that kind of statement, that was a ballsy move to do that, in my opinion. All right. But He did an interview on CNBC a couple of days ago, which I think actually was done yesterday. A very poignant video. Palantir CEO on U.S. military and technological leadership. I watched the interview. On the military, he says that our military needs to have the best software out there to help us to alleviate or get away from conflicts. And he's got contracts with the governments outside of our intelligence agencies and around the world, as we're going to see another contract that he just picked up. But I couldn't hear what. Thank you for that, Siri. You got to love when this stuff is live. All right, so keeping that in mind, he also made a statement that the tech companies are not really backing up the government. This is a really good interview. Take a look at it. I think you'll be very interested in it. Now, talking about contracts, Palantir signs a long-term strategic partnership with Faurecia for digital transformation. And this is just one of several different contracts that are out there. This is an automotive company. The partnership with Palantir will trigger a major new step in our digital transformation, allowing to robustly scale our digitalization actions, developing and strengthening our large-scale data capture and analysis will further increase agility, enhance the use of artificial intelligence, and increase decision support and automation with Faurecia, says Gregor Ferrer. That's very French. The cockpit of the future and the digital services factory senior vice president. All right, so now they're going to have a little bit of a stranglehold, not a stranglehold, but a footprint in the French market. So I've got another article that talks about 6 good points about this deal. Palantir has signed a strategic partnership agreement that will have it working with Faurecia for 6 years. This will have it providing an automotive tech company with its Palantir Foundry service. We talked about the 3 different products that they had. The goal here is for Faurecia to improve its business with the help from data from Palantir Foundry. That includes reducing raw material consumption, improve R&D, competitiveness, and measuring CO2 neutrality efforts. See how this data can be used no matter how you need it? And that's the beautiful thing behind Palantir is they can take any data and make it germane to what you need and what you need to have done. I think that it's from an innovative standpoint, this is an outstanding stock from that perspective. It hasn't been around a long time yet, but this is just some of what's going on in the background. All right, let's go do the VectorVest thing. Let's analyze the stock. Here's the ticker symbol. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. It is optionable. Currently trading at $25.29 with a value of $3.49. The stock is clearly over its value. Just because a stock is overvalued doesn't mean it's a bad stock. Let's look at the VectorVest indicators, which are all cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Relative value on that scale between 0 and 2 is below 1. The stock does not at this time have good upside potential as compared to a AAA corporate bond. All right, Siri, you need to stop. All right, the next indicator is relative safety. Relative safety is an indicator of risk. Below the value of 1, the stock is considered to be more risky. Relative safety below 1, the stock, in this case, is risky. Relative timing below value of 1 tells me that the stock is not in an uptrend right now. Something I do like, though, another technical indicator that we don't always talk about is called CI, or Comfort Index, a stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. At 1.62, this stock is able to not fall into long or lengthy price declines. I do like that. Stock's a sell recommendation. A couple other things that I do like. The stock, even with all of this, has positive earnings at 6 cents per share, and they grow their earnings at a clip of 22%. Long term, that may not be a bad play. Let's go put this on a graph. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I'm going to put this on a 1-year graph, number one, and I'm going to change the graph layout to reflect a longer-term look, GETJR swing. Now I'm looking at a 20-day exponential moving average. I'm looking at support and resistance. I'm also looking at volume. I'm looking down below earnings per share, earnings growth rate, and what moves a company? Sales. So I have sales and sales growth. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. Notice that I do have levels of resistance sitting at $30.34 and a level of support sitting at $20.67. The stock is currently in a channel. It is consolidating. That's not bearish. It's not bullish. It just means that it's consolidating, and it is currently below the 20-day exponential moving average. Volume is pretty okay. It's below the average volume, but I'm going to take off volume real quick, and I'm going to take off the average volume. Let's look at the earnings. Earnings over the last year. The earnings for this stock has gone from negative 56 cents to positive right now 6 cents per share. Shows me that the growth of the earnings is really good. So negative 56 cents back here, positive 6 cents here. I like that. Over the last year, the stock has grown. Now, look at sales. Stair-step effect on sales. This is what drives companies higher, right? As long as they can sell stuff, that's going to keep the lights on. A lot of what they're selling are contracts across the globe. They said a contract with the Israeli government for COVID-19 trace tracking. This company has got a lot of flexibility in providing the data needed for individual companies to do their own thing. And their sales growth over the last year has grown as well. So growing sales growth, earnings per share in the positive, growing earnings growth. I like this long term. I think right now it is in a little bit of a channel, a little bit of consolidation. I think he did a good thing by telling all the other people who are looking at this short term in their forums, you don't need to be looking at my stock. We're in it for the long term. I like a lot of the fundamentals behind the stock. Right now, it's below the 20-day exponential moving average. If you're not in it now, where would I look to think about getting in? Well, number one, let's see if the stock can get back above the 20-day exponential moving average. Number two, if you need more confirmation, let's see if you can get above that level of 30.34. And if they continue to get more and more contracts, this stock can continue to rise. So, folks, I do not own this stock, so I'm not pumping this stock in any way, shape, form, or fashion. All I'm here to do is provide you with the information behind the stock and why it's doing what it's doing. I like the technology behind this stock and what it can do. I like the earnings. I like the earnings growth, and I like the sales and the sales growth. But you can make your own decision, and if nothing else, I've given you an opportunity of knowing when to get in. If you currently own the stock, remember, it's sitting at a level of support, sitting at $20.67. If it breaks below that point, you probably need to consider selling the stock. So, folks, thank you for being here. Remember, comment, like, and subscribe. Until the next time, see ya.
Yeah.